time. You've been in this game long enough. You've played enough football. 8 years, you understand it. Next year, to me, I think Jake Plummer ought to be in the top 4 or 5 in this league, easily. With this offense, with the runners that he has around him, and I just really think the only thing holding him back have been some of those poor decisions.
Sometimes your talent is a trap. Throughout your entire career, high school, college, now into the pros, you're so used to being able to make plays that you can't take what's available. You're trying to make a bigger play.
But the key is you have to be able to move to the next level. You have to discipline yourself to be able to do stuff like that. Just run when it comes.
4-man rush. Plummer throws complete this time. Darius Watts, the rookie, inside the 40. Clock running, and they stop it at 20 seconds. That is the final timeout for the Broncos. They'll spot the ball just inside the 40 at the 39.
Take into consideration Jason Elam is 3 for 4 from 50 yards and plus. They probably have to pick up another 10, 12 yards, get out of bounds. Or if you don't, if you're a receiver, catch it, you can go down and declare yourself down. And then, you know, they blow the whistle, run the field goal or spike it, and then kick it.
On a night like this, the ball does not compress very well.
No, and you got it almost with 20 seconds. It almost eliminates the middle of the field. I think it does. It eliminates the middle of the field.
I don't agree.
Well,
I'm sorry. You look to be funny.
Well, if you don't agree with me, that means that one of us is right, and it ain't you.
I think you can. I think you can throw in the middle of the football field. I think you catch it, you get up, you spike it, and then you go kick it.
Guys, it's Christmas night.
I know.
It's still a football game. Okay?
It's still us.
And we're in it. That's right.
And it's still us.
Well, excuse me. Yeah. 20 seconds to go in the half. Will they go outside, inside? Plummer down the middle of the field, picked by Bullock. Well, they went down the middle, and Bullock was standing there.
Didn't I just tell you he eliminates the middle of the field? Don't go down the middle.
No, you said you shouldn't throw there. I said you can. I didn't say throw it to the other team.
Well, now, here we go. The Titans have 2 timeouts remaining. Look at this. Here's Jake throwing it, trying to force a ball in the middle of the field. And I'm telling you, it doesn't make any difference. They wouldn't have been able to get to the ball and spike it anyway. But look at Bullock.
It's only fitting that Keith Bullock makes this interception. He has been a stalwart for that defense. It's the same thing that happened to Billy Volek on his first pass when DJ Williams picked it off.
And Jake Plummer has just taken the lead in a category where he doesn't want it. His 20th interception, which is #1 in the NFL.
There's sometimes you just don't want to be #1. You know what I mean?
No, sir.
He's asking himself, where did he come from?
Now they can throw the ball in the middle of the field because they have 2 timeouts.
Bullock goes to Troop. And Troop, what a move. Are you kidding?
I'll tell you what. This is absolutely magnificent. Champ Bailey, look at Champ. I got him. No, I don't. I didn't even see the guy go by.
Man.
I mean, look how far he clears him. He clears a yard. Wow. This is a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah, Craig Hendrick's going to kick it. This is a little out of Gary Anderson's range.
What kind of skill is that for Troop? I mean, they've got some high hurdles in his background.
Hey, how about the timing? I mean, that has to be perfect timing. Champ Bailey is going to go down and cut his legs out, and all of a sudden, all I have is air.
How about this? You've got a 24-10 lead. You're going to get the ball back with 2 minutes to go in the half. All of a sudden, you screw up a punt. Now all of a sudden you throw an interception. You gift them basically a touchdown, and you possibly make it a 24-16 game.
Hey, and don't just think that they're going to kick a field goal here either. You better play this thing.
No,
well, they tried to fake field goal last week. It didn't work out real well.
Jeff
Hendrick has a great long-distance leg.
I mean, he's filled in before when their kickers have been hurt here. And really, what do you accomplish by a fake? I mean, you're not going to go 30 yards. Bennett's the holder.
And Keith Bullock's interception just shows you about this team not quitting.
This will be a 50-yard try for Craig Hendrick.
Whoa!
Got it! What a finish for the Titans. And look at Jeff Fisher. He is really pumped.
And it's amazing. The Denver Broncos are walking off the field, and the Tennessee Titans are flying. Look at this nice kick. Great height.
Career-high 50-yarder by Hendrick. Let's go to Susie.
Mike, we talked to Rod Smith about attention to detail. With everything on the line, how do you make sure everybody's on the same page all the time?
Well, you got to do little things the right way. You know, we just had 2 turnovers there on that punt return. We had a drop ball. We just had a turnover. We had a chance to get points. So we got to regroup here in the second half, settle things down a little bit, keep on doing what we've been doing, but quit making the mistakes.
Thanks, Mike.
Our score here at the Coliseum in Nashville, the Broncos 24-16 over the Titans. Now let's join Chris Berman for the Kia halftime show.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. Happy holidays to you, and happy holidays to everybody out there. It is a privilege for us here at ESPN to be in your home on Christmas night. Well, a lot of football news on, quote, a holiday. Nick Saban is indeed going to coach the Miami Dolphins next year. He has agreed to a 5-year deal reportedly worth between $4.5 and $5 million a year. He has agreed to a deal that reportedly will give him complete control over the organization. He will coach LSU in their bowl game on January 1st. He spurned the NFL before, but he said that the Miami Dolphins, it's the right place, it's the right time.
I think the Miami Dolphins is a great organization with a great owner and Wayne Huizenga, who is committed to winning, and I think it's a tremendous challenge for me and a great opportunity and a great choice for me and my family to have the opportunity to, in principle at least, agree to be the coach there.
So the Miami Dolphins get their man. Now, on the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs, they have put together some great football games over the year. And even though neither team is in the running for the playoffs, it was a Christmas present to football fans. Here we go to Arrowhead, their second good matchup in a month. Yes, Santa at Arrowhead. And it was a wild first half. Tony Gonzalez caught 9 balls in the first half. 11 overall. It was 21-21 at the half. Then things settled down on the scoreboard. And with Kansas City nursing a 28-27 lead with under 2 minutes to go, it's a fumble. Ted Washington forces the ball loose from Trent Green. Warren Sapp is on it. There he is. They're on the ball. 3rd and 2 for Oakland and Kerry Collins, who threw a couple touchdown passes. Teo Johnson, first down Raiders. And then Sebastian Janikowski, shades of George Blanda, kicking with Morris Stroud, leaping at the goalpost. It's good. He just drills that 46-yarder. The Raiders lead 30-28 with 1:03 left. But don't kick it to Dante Hall because he could go and then he could go and Dante Hall, he's the best in the business. 49 yards, helped setting up the rookie. Lawrence, it's Christmas times in Kansas City. Jingling, children sing. Chiefs win their 4th in a row. I had to. 31-30, Dick Vermeil, everybody happy. What a game it was. 38-yard field goal by Tynes. And the Chiefs, even though they're long out of it at 7-8, have won 4 in a row.
This halftime show is presented by Kia Motors. Kia, make every mile count.
When we return, a reunion in the NBA and Christmas shopping with Willie McGinnis and the Patriots. We'll be back.
2 weeks left in the regular season, and playoff lives are on the line for the NFL on ESPN. It's all about pride for the young Cleveland Browns and the tough luck Miami Dolphins. Let's play some football. Browns, Dolphins, live tonight. Then the mighty Philadelphia Eagles look like they're soaring to a run to the Super Bowl. Led by the elite quarterback Donovan McNabb, they look to bust the playoff bubble of the St. Louis Rams. Browns, Dolphins, live tonight. Eagles, Rams, live Monday on ESPN.
The classic teams, the classic moments, the classic rivalries. Join us as we relive the most historically renowned matches in the history of the game. The history of cricket continues with the classic matches. Wednesday on ESPN.
Welcome back to the Kia Halftime Show with your host, Chris Berman.
Welcome back, everybody. 2 big games in the NBA. Shaq enters the, different tunnel, but he's back at Staples against Kobe. Teammates for 8 years. Shaq, of course, with the Miami Heat. And Kobe on the drive and the rejection. Shaq at 24 points, 11 boards, fouled out with a few minutes to go. Kobe Bryant did the scoring. He had three-pointer there. He had 42 points here with the floating lay-in, and we're going to overtime. Eventually, Miami up 104-102. Kobe for the win for the Lakers, but no. And so in overtime, Shaq and the Miami Heat come into L.A. and beat the Lakers 104-102. Meanwhile, Pistons, and that's that score as they went OT at the Staples Center. Meanwhile, the Pistons and the Pacers. And it was quiet at Indy, as it should be. Jermaine O'Neal, Rasheed Wallace before the game. Then it's Ben Wallace, the block on O'Neal. Rip Hamilton led all scorers. He had 25 points as the Pistons lead at 42-36. Then Reggie Miller, bang. And then Tayshaun Prince with a circus shot. And the Pistons, they win it 98-93, and a quiet, just a good game between two teams that know each other quite well. Well, back to football. And, football players are more than that. They are a fabric of their community. Certainly that's true in New England, where they are not only just the champions of the football world, players like Willie McGinnis and company, that they're out-and-out heroes. Our Alex Flanagan joined them on a Christmas sleigh ride of sorts.
All right, girl, so what we looking for? You said a keyboard, right? You gonna shop till we drop? The men push the cart and the women pick which section they want to go to.
You called this event Shop with a Job.
Shop with a Job.
How did the idea come about?
What we decided to do was we had gift certificates for, underprivileged kids. Give them $100.
How you like, Willie?
Let them buy whatever they wanted. It's an adventure. I had all ladies, and they just had a blast.
Walk me through the shopping experience. Where'd you guys start?
Where did we start? I think we started with the electronics. Then we went to cosmetics. Then I think we went to jewelry. Then I think we went back to electronics. So where we going now? Makeup? We're going back to electronics. This is our 4th visit to the electronics. We're going back to jewelry. Then we went back to cosmetics. Then we went back to electronics. See, this is what happens when you're shopping with women. They see everything. Like they were saying, we don't know what we want. We see one thing.
Hey, I think that's older ladies, too.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, we're in the makeup section, and of course, I don't know too much about this.
Did you expect it to take this long to shop with those poor girls?
No. I had an experience with my mother and my sisters years ago in the mall where I just stopped and went in the middle of the mall and sat down and waited for them. And I knew I had some kind of idea I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
Now, the limit was supposed to be $100, but you had girls that had things over $100. Who's going to pay for that?
We are. The athletes in Walmart, we're all going to chip in and pay for it.
If it's over and they got a problem, I just break my wallet out. It's cool.
Good job, Willie, Teddy, and all the guys that help make Christmas a special day around the league. Jake Plummer, Broncos eyeing playoffs. Rod Smith and company, they lead at 24-16 at the half.
2 weeks left in the regular season, and playoff lives are on the line for the NFL on ESPN. It's all about pride for the young Cleveland Browns and the tough luck Miami Dolphins. Let's play some football. Browns, Dolphins, live tonight. Then the mighty Philadelphia Eagles look like they're soaring to a run to the Super Bowl. Led by the elite quarterback Donovan McNabb, they look to bust the playoff bubble of the St. Louis Rams. Browns, Dolphins, live tonight. Eagles, Rams, live Monday on ESPN.
The classic teams, the classic moments, the classic rivalries. Join us as we relive the most historically renowned matches in the history of the game. The history of cricket continues with the classic matches. Wednesday on ESPN.
This halftime show is presented by Kia Motors. Kia, make every mile count.
I feel like if I can get my ankle to the point of where I can be 75%, 85%, 70 to 80%, then I'll be able to play. But at the same time, I'm going to be smart about the situation. I'm not going to let the pressure of the game force me into playing when I'm really not ready, jeopardizing my health and my career.
Well, that's T.O. speaking with Michael Irvin, and you can see that on Sunday NFL Countdown, a big day of football at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We also have a game tomorrow night following prime time, the Browns and the Dolphins at 8:30 Eastern Time. Broncos and the Titans. Tennessee hanging around. Denver 24, Tennessee 16. Merry Christmas, everybody. See you tomorrow morning.
Your choice for a variety of great sports action every day is ESPN.
The classic teams, the classic moments, the classic rivalries. Join us as we relive the most historically renowned matches in the history of the game. The history of cricket continues with the classic matches. Wednesday on ESPN.
The Denver Broncos with a 24-16 halftime lead here in Tennessee. No back off at all in the Titans. They have cut the lead to 8, and they'll get the ball to start the third quarter.
That ball has to be like hitting a brick.
You can only imagine what it's like on a night like this to catch it, you know.
I'll tell you, this Denver team's fighting, man. I mean, they really are. So is Tennessee.
McCadley, the deep man. High short kick. McCadley lets it bounce, takes it at the 20. Got a couple of good blocks. And McCadley up near the 45-yard line. We raised this point before. I think you've got to hand it to Jeff Fisher and his coaching staff and the Tennessee Titans. Come out and play this way.
Well, you know, again, we kept mentioning during the game about how many people are missing. They've got more guys missing than they have healthy on this football team. And you're playing with guys, I mean, just like a makeshift defense.
Yeah, with the Denver Broncos, you've got the Denver Broncos out there playing very well at times, and all of a sudden, bang, that same mistake. Again, here comes that mistake. They've got to figure out how to be more consistent. Their defense has done an excellent job. It's their offense, as it has most of this terrible run they've had over the last 8 weeks. It's been their offense that has created the problems for them.
Antoine Smith, the running back, on 2nd and 8. Denver shows blitz, and they come with it. Volek underneath, and that's complete to the tight end. Moments ago, Susie caught up with Jeff Fisher.
Jeff, what can you say about your team? No playoffs, but giving it everything they can.
We're not done. You know, you can't say enough. This is a great group. They got a lot of fight in them, and we got a half left, and we got another game next week, and they're going to fight. I can't tell you who's going to be on the field the second half, but you know, we got to slow Denver's offense down a little bit. We haven't done that yet, and we need to make some plays on offense. That was a great turnaround right there before the end of the half, just to get some points. Great job by Keith, and then Craig hit that long field goal. It's big time for us.
Thanks, Jeff.
You really wouldn't expect anything less from a Jeff Fisher ball club, and this time the blitz comes and Denver gets there and buries Billy Volek.
Al Wilson comes up the middle and nobody touched him.
Excellent
Number
call.
56. I'm gonna tell you what, watch this. And he said, if you're gonna blitz Billy Volek, come up the middle. Look at that. Antoine Smith just misses him totally.
This will make it 4th and long, and Hendrick will come in to kick it away. Triandus Luke is back to return.
You don't think there's pressure on Triandus Luke? You put one on the ground. It hasn't gotten any hotter out here.
Beautiful high sailing kick by Hendrick. And Luke will make the fair catch after a punt of 43. 13:06 to go in the quarter. Denver on top.
ESPN Sport Legends presents Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's legend was made with his actions on the basketball court, but his intense competitiveness was just as evident off the court.
He is so competitive. I can remember beating him in a game of pool 3 games in a row, and he didn't speak to me for 24 hours.
I think it came from doubters early on in my life and my determination to prove them wrong.
Michael Jordan was on a bus, and players were sort of comparing how famous they were. Michael Jordan kind of sat there. Finally, somebody said something like, I bet even Michael can't get a hold of Janet Jackson. He took out a cell phone, took out his little directory, dialed up, said, is Janet there? Just tell her it's MJ. You know, 2 seconds later, Janet Jackson was on the phone.
That competitiveness puts him in the league all by himself.
2 weeks left in the regular season, and playoff lives are on the line for the NFL on ESPN. It's all about pride for the young Cleveland Browns and the tough luck Miami Dolphins. Let's play some football. Browns, Dolphins, live tonight. Then the mighty Philadelphia Eagles look like they're soaring to a run to the Super Bowl. Led by the elite quarterback Donovan McNabb, they look to bust the playoff bubble of the St. Louis Rams. Browns, Dolphins, live tonight. Eagles, Rams, live Monday on ESPN.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
This ESPN NFL special brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. Toyota, choose any direction as long as it's moving forward. T-Mobile, get more minutes, more features, more service. And the American Express card, a world of service.
Merry Christmas from Nashville, Tennessee, the home of country music. That's the Ryman Auditorium, which was the original home of the Grand Ole Opry. The numbers on Jake Plummer, very impressive in the first half, and Denver with its worst starting position.
Jake has made some very good throws and good decisions, and also some poor ones. Here are a couple of the good ones. This is one where he's moving to his left, and you see him lead the receiver as he moves along. That's a very difficult throw for a quarterback when you have your hips and shoulders pointed the opposite direction to make that throw with such accuracy. Led the receiver by 7 yards. Now, when you're being hit and going to the ground, to be able to make the throw and put this kind of trajectory on the ball to Rod Smith for the touchdown.
Ruben Drones runs into a brick wall at the 20.
That's 2 in a row. 2 brick walls in a row. And, you know, this is the worst field position for the Denver Broncos in this game so far. And they've run the ball twice, and Jake said, wait a minute, now you're going to ask me to throw on third?
And Rubin comes off holding his shoulder or his arm. And that'll put Tatum Bell back into the ball game. The speedster, except Bell will not be much of a factor here on 3rd and long as he goes to a wing. Plummer throws on the run. Ashley Lallee will make the catch. Up near the 30, Andre Dyson takes him out of bounds. Second catch of the night for the big play, Ashley Lallee.
Well, Ashley Lallee just makes an outstanding play.
See Rod Smith come along. Barely still moving. Nice job inside. Does a good job of just, I'm not sure he was set, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, you're supposed to say parallel coming across, and you're not supposed to be moving towards the line of scrimmage when the ball is snapped. But it was good enough for a first down for Denver.
Blitz coming. Plummer unloads. Smith makes the catch up to the 36-yard line. Rod Smith just continues to add to that total, which moves him higher and higher up the NFL all-time list.
You know, we talked a lot about Rod Smith at the beginning. We had the opportunity yesterday to talk to him. And he is really one of the most outspoken guys because he wants people to work as hard as he does. He wouldn't be where he is if he didn't pay attention to detail. Every little detail. And it makes him mad when other players don't do that.
Tatum Bell tripped up as he tried to get outside. Brad Castle, the middle linebacker, made the tackle. Castle is another one of those guys who's a great story. He was signed by this club because one of the scouts made a mistake. They thought he was a deep snapper. He came into camp and they said, okay, you ready to snap? And he said, I'm not a snapper.
Never has snapped.
No,
Never did.
So he says, I'm a linebacker, and they gave him a shot. And now, because of injuries, he's a starting middle linebacker on this club, and he has played really well for him. Plummer. Taken out of bounds at the 49-yard line. A gain of 14 for Jake Plummer.
This is what Mike Shanahan appreciates about Jake Plummer. The ability to improvise, steps up in the pocket. But the decision to take off and run, that's exactly what you have to do. As long as you're decisive, you don't get in trouble. There's no looking around for receivers. He knows he only has 4 yards to pick up. He takes off and runs. Brad Castle can't catch him, and he manages to get close to the sidelines. Posted some good numbers throwing the football.
And Joe, you're right. It was the decision, the quickness of it. Blitz from behind. They want the screen. Putzier will pick up 4. Another good decision, an excellent execution by Jake Plummer.
I'll tell you what, Jake tried to bait him and get back to back over to his right. But I'll tell you, this defense made a tremendous play, and to hold us only 3 yards. Look at Jake. He's waiting, he's looking to his right. And then he comes back to Putzier on the outside. But look at these guys close on the defense.
Garrison Hurst, number 20, will come in at running back. And Hurst will get a carry and bursts for about 7 yards.
Garrison Hurst, I mean, that play he just ran right there was just no decision. He saw the hole and went to it. And this is the one thing about the Denver Broncos for years and years and years. All their running backs is make one cut, go to the hole. Make one cut and go to the hole. This is all they've ever been taught.
It's not a very complex blocking scheme.
No.
It's slide blocking. And then what's very important to it is the tight end. Whether it's Putzier or Dwayne Carswell, who's ever on the end is critical to the run game.
And the medical report on Drones is a pinched nerve in his neck as Hurst gets another carry. And we'll check on him later in the game. Hopefully he can come back in. Let's check in with Susie.
Well, Mike, remember how deep the Broncos running back roster looked in August? Well, right off the bat, the top 2 guys on injured reserve, Mike Anderson, Quentin Griffin, we had him our first game. He looked like he was going to be the answer. Garrison Hurst has missed time. Reuben Drones, he seemed to be the last man standing. Now he's taking a beating tonight. What a tough year for their running backs.
And still, no matter who they put in there, gets the job done with the scheme that they run. Got very athletic offensive line. Hurst, a little hesitation, and he will have the first down at the 26-yard line. Denver as a team rushing for almost 110 yards in this game.
And you've got to give credit to Rick Dennison, who took over for Alex Gibbs. Alex Gibbs, the legendary offensive line coach in Denver. Rick Dennison just really has picked it up, and you don't notice that much of a difference. They're averaging 140 yards rushing, most in the NFL since '95. Mike Shanahan will have a good running football team.
And this is an impressive drive right here.
And you know, Mike, when you're talking about the running game, you Garrison Hurst, when you talk about the running game, if you're a running back, here's a team you really want to go to, because you are going to get an opportunity to play. They love to run the football. It's almost like they wear these guys out. But they always have 2 or 3 running backs, and they always have guys that can step in because they simplified it for them. Make a cut, get to the hole.
Remember Shanahan last night told us, he said if Tatum Bell could stay healthy, he's a 1,500 to 1,800 yard rusher. That's how much they think of their young rookie.
Bell is in there playing with a 3rd-degree separated shoulder. He comes out, and Jake Plummer goes back to the air, and it's Putzier inside the 10. That is going to be 1st and goal, stopped by Lamont Thompson. The 4th catch for the tight end, and he and Carswell have shared the receiving duties at that spot.
One of the things that Jake has done this entire evening is move the ball around and throw it to different receivers. I mean, he's counted on everyone, wide receivers, and even though Ashley Lee's only caught 2, he's hit him both times when he was open.
4th catch for Putzier. The tight ends combined have caught 7. Running backs 3 and the wide receivers 9. Justin Enna on the tackle along with Castle as Bell gets near the 5.
And here they are, the Denver Broncos. We've talked about it all night. Actually, you've talked about it for the last 2 months if you want. Between the 20s, they are unstoppable. When they get down into the red zone, they figure out a way not to get touchdowns. And they only had 20 touchdowns out of 43 possessions coming in. And that was ranked 29th in the league.
And there is another injury for the Titans. We'll check on it in a moment.
The NFL on ESPN. 2 games each and every week. Oh, that hurts. These guys are tough. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Oh. The NFL on ESPN. Simply the finest football on the planet. The top clubs. The elite players. In a quest for the ultimate prize of European football. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN. Your choice for a variety of great sports action every day is ESPN.
24-16 Broncos, third quarter from Nashville, Tennessee. Ball at the 6. 3rd and goal in the red zone tonight. 5 possessions. 3 out of 5 into the end zone. Missed a field goal and scored one. Out of the eye, Bell. Gang tackle as he got to the 4. Kevin Carter led the defensive charge.
Paul, you talked about it before. I think one of the advantages you have with a Jake Plummer is you have the ability to move him out of the pocket. You've run the ball, I think, quite effectively this evening. You've tried to run it in the red zone. You've run it very well out in the field. Some type of play action where Jake gets a chance to challenge the corner and bring in somebody across the formation is not a bad way to go.
3rd and goal. It's been a terrific drive as they started with their worst field position of the night. Plummer short set, now has to scramble and throws it away. Rod Smith was the closest man to it, but Plummer was just making a good decision on that one, and they'll have to go for the field goal.
Good defense. Outstanding decision, and it really was good defense. And here they are again in the red zone. Rod Smith is coming out in the red zone, and that's Beckham, number 24. I mean, he just stayed with him the whole time.
We talk about the little things. On that shot, you saw Rod Smith get so close to the sidelines, but yet not step out of bounds. So often guys get out of bounds and become ineligible.
Elam, who pulled the last one, gets this one through. He has hit a pair of 22-yard field goals, and Denver extends its lead.
2 weeks left in the regular season, and playoff lives are on the line for the NFL on ESPN. It's all about pride for the young Cleveland Browns and the tough luck Miami Dolphins. Let's play some football. Browns, Dolphins, live tonight. Then the mighty Philadelphia Eagles look like they're soaring to a run to the Super Bowl. Led by the elite quarterback Donovan McNabb, they look to bust the playoff bubble of the St. Louis Rams. Browns, Dolphins, live tonight. Eagles, Rams, live Monday on ESPN.
The NFL on ESPN. 2 games each and every week. Oh, that hurts. These guys are tough. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Oh. The NFL on ESPN.
The NBA on ESPN is back for a new season, and we've got you covered with the week's hottest live matchups, plus highlights and more on NBA action. The NBA on ESPN. Don't miss a minute. 3 minutes of punishment, 10 rounds of action. We're searching through our collection and choosing what we consider to be the best of Friday night fights. Every week, only on ESPN.
Tomorrow night, ESPN's double coverage weekend of NFL football continues at 8:30 Eastern. The Browns go south to battle Jason Taylor and the Dolphins in Miami on Sunday Night Football. Coverage starts at 7:30.
Happy holidays from Miami.
That's our crew already in Miami, setting up in preparation for our Sunday night game there tomorrow. Merry Christmas, you guys. We'll see you in a few hours.
Bah humbug.
The Miami Dolphins will be able to show their new coach what they can do.
Yep. Nick Saban accepting the job.
Jim Bates doing a marvelous job as the interim coach there. Got him playing hard. Big upset Monday night.
27-16 with 3:50 to go third quarter. This is McCadley on the return for the Titans. Another good one. And McCadley up to the 38-yard line. And the Tennessee Titans will start from there. Down 11 points at home on Christmas night.
ESPN Sport Legends presents the New York Yankees. Despite the fact that baseball is an American sport that has not gained worldwide popularity, Everywhere around the world, people know of the New York Yankees.
The Yankees had all the money, they had all the good scouts, they had the best players, they had the best coaches and managers. The Yankees did everything right.
The Yankees represented success, and people like to root for success. Even if you hated them, I'd like the idea of being somebody that good.
The Yankee dynasty goes from the early 20s to the mid-1960s. Forget about it. If you want to compare that to something, start with the Ming dynasty.
The Yankees won 20 championships between 1922 and 1962. They've added 6 since, including 4 in the last 9 years.
They have developed the most amazing mystique, the most amazing kind of consciousness of baseball.
The NFL on ESPN. 2 games each and every week. Oh, that hurts. These guys are tough. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Oh. The NFL on ESPN. ESPN takes a special holiday week look back at the best of the UEFA Champions League from last year's great season. Beginning Monday, the Red Devils Manchester United take on the Giant Killers FC Porto. The best of the UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
3:50 to go, third quarter from Nashville, where the Titans have the ball, but they're down 11 to the Denver Broncos. Steve McNair has shut it down for the rest of the year. Will have off-season surgery again.
The Titans have to figure out a way to get some offense. You see the time of possession. Titans have only had the ball 13 minutes in this game.
Antoine Smith will only get maybe a yard. Maybe it's time we give some credit to that Denver defense, and Rod Smith, wired for Sunday night, has been encouraging them.
Hey, get it back. Hey, get it back right now. Hey, you know he gonna throw it, go get him, baby, every time. Let me get a dance, let me get a dance. I wanna see one of them hits where I can get the dance out of you, baby. Come on, let's go, champ. Hey, you still owe me too.
Rod Smith, one of those veterans who knows what it's like to be in the playoffs, and he wants a return trip.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. They're booing here because it's the second
call.
Well, no, 2 times in a row they've run the ball to Antoine Smith. The first one, you know, we talked about, you cannot get him to the outside. He just doesn't have the speed to get out there, and they're going against one of the fastest core linebackers in the league.
And they started the last series the same way. Now all of a sudden you've got Billy Volek in a 3rd and 8. Last time the Denver Broncos came at him, Al Wilson went right up the middle, and Antoine Smith wasn't able to block him. Now you've got 9 guys at the line of scrimmage.
And Billy Volek, sensing the blitz coming again, changing the play. They back off of it, still get pressure. Volek in trouble, lost the ball. Another sack by Reggie Hayward, his 3rd of the night.
And every one of them has come from chasing Billy Volek out of the pocket and coming from that left side.
Well, Billy Volek is trying to sit in the pocket as long as he possibly can, but when you have that much pressure coming from the backside, Reggie Hayward just hasn't quit all night long. That's his 3rd sack.
And how about that for a lucky bounce? He knocks the ball out of Volek's hands, and it bounces right up into his stomach.
And I think we just saw the reason why they come out and try to run on the last couple of possessions, because they can't slow down the pass rush.
But you can't be in 3rd and 8 all the time either.
Triandis Luke at the 14. Returns to the 20. Nice punt of 48 yards. Return of 6. Denver ball when we come back.
3 minutes of punishment, 10 rounds of action. We're searching through our collection and choosing what we consider to be the best of Friday night fights. Every week, only on ESPN.
Simply the finest football on the planet. ESPN continues full-day coverage of the UEFA Champions League all the way through the championship game in May. ESPN, the home of the UEFA Champions League.
The NFL on ESPN. 2 games each and every week. Oh, that hurts. These guys are tough. The NFL on ESPN.
The NBA on ESPN is back for a new season, and we've got you covered with the week's hottest live matchups, plus highlights and more on NBA action. The NBA on ESPN. Don't miss a minute. Best of Friday Night Fights on ESPN. In 2002, Southpaw Kassim the Dream Umo was an up-and-coming star in the light middleweight division when he faced an experienced Michael Lerma on his way to a top 10 ranking. Fridays on ESPN.
In the AFC, the Steelers can clinch home field with a win tomorrow. 13-1, they would win their 14th of the year. New England clinches a first-round bye. The other division winners, San Diego and Indianapolis, both 11-3. The Jets, they need one to clinch a playoff berth. Jacksonville, Denver, Baltimore, and Buffalo, all 8-6, all fighting for that last spot. Mike Shanahan, a month ago, was in great position with his ball club. They have squandered a tremendous start. They're trying to fight back and keep that playoff dream going. Ruben Drones back in after the pinch curve in his neck. And Drones trying to get outside. Has really very good speed for a guy that big and that powerful.
Well, there's been a good reason why these guys have been able to run the ball and pass the ball tonight. Cooper Carlisle, number 65, took over for Dan Neal at right guard. And look at the job he is doing on Kevin Carter. Kevin Carter, remember now, isn't really a defensive end. Now they got him playing tackle because of all the injuries. But Cooper Carlisle, you talk about stepping in and doing the job. He has done a tremendous job on this offensive line. Not only run blocking, but pass blocking.
And now Lamont Thompson, the backup safety, who has been starting because Lance Schulters is hurt, is injured.
They don't have any backup people to back up the backup people that they don't have.
No, they're absolutely out of bodies. Joe yesterday was talking to the coaching staff, said, well, of course, you have a full roster. And it says, no, we're under 45, and we can't sign anybody.
Jeff Fisher shook his head, and he said, you know, I think the best we can put out there is 43. Now, Lamont Thompson was, you know, he was signed, has had 4 interceptions, got good speed. Of course, filling in for all the secondary people. They've only dressed 7 secondary people. That's corners and safeties.
Well, the backup safety is Scott McGarrahan. He was hurt in the first half. Let's check in with Susie.
Well, we asked the veteran Kevin Carter what it's like to be out on the field when there really isn't anything to play for. And he said that it's kind of hard to read because so many of these guys are young, they follow suit. But it is evident, kind of eerie, when you look around, you see who's really giving their all. He said for the last 4 weeks, you're really finding out how much people enjoy playing football. You better enjoy it if you're out here tonight with nothing on the line.
And Susie, he was a guy that did not have the greatest attitude earlier in his career. Here is Drones with an outstanding run.